Hey, what's up, guys? Zach Calhoun here. Today, I'm going to show you how to send out emails at scale, cold email campaigns that stop on response using LeadStack.ai. The goal here is to send out emails, drip email campaigns that are what we call cold emails for a new marketing message that if the lead responds, the email campaign stops. And the philosophy or the reason why this is so powerful is because if you're like me, you're busy, you got a lot of things going on. Emails are an important part of your world, but they just can't be necessarily where I hang out all the time. So I forget about things. My inbox gets full. I've had a screenshot of like 2,000 missed emails. Anyways, that's normal, right, for business owners. So if you're emailing other business owners, hit them a few times, follow up with them automatically. It's really powerful, especially if you're trying to navigate an organization. You have like, say, 10 contacts within a certain company. Maybe one or two respond to you on your second email. Cool, now you know who to contact and what their contact is. People are often pretty helpful inside businesses as long as you aren't pitching them right away. So let me show you how this works in LeadStack and how you can do this yourself for your account. So getting started, the contacts tab, when you're logged into your account, this is my CloudPano account. That's we're using LeadStack to promote CloudPano, right, and to run the CRM and run the sales team, etc. When you click on contacts, that's basically like where your CRM contacts are at, right? Just like it says, contacts, and so you can make special lists, and I have some special lists here created, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But right now, I just want to show you what it looks like to send out or to create a campaign, a workflow campaign, an automatic workflow campaign that is for cold emails that stop on response, and then I want to enroll people into that sequence. Okay, so this is a step-by-step video. So once you have imported your contacts or imported your leads into the LeadStack system, you have to use a .csv file to do that. I've already did it previously, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you kind of how this works and what to expect. Okay, so I've imported some leads here. Let's call them let's go right here. So Pro Plus imports, we'll call it. And you can see that the leads are here, right? And on this page, I have a total of 1,098 contacts that I've imported for this import. It's on 55 pages, okay? So if I select this right here, where I select all 20 records, I can also select all 1,098 records as well, if I want to, and have a bulk action that I do in a second. But for a moment, I'm just gonna show you what it looks like to add these 20 into a workflow that is an automatic email campaign. So before this video, I made some email templates. We have this marketing section here where you can put an email template and you can make templates as well. So I'm gonna show you like right here, you can add a template if you want as well. But I'm just gonna show you what it looks like when I already have a template built to build a workflow, okay? So when you click on automations, this is where you can build out. And I was building this out myself. I was like, I'm going to record this so I can show folks how it works. So this is basically all your automations in one place. I made a new folder called Cold Email CloudPano LeadStack. So our existing people that are within CloudPano, I want to send them over and teach them about LeadStack, how it works. Like, let's book a call, bro. Let's talk about it. And it's not perfect for every business, but for those that are trying to grow and grow fast, like I'm going to show you here and want to scale out their operations using high leverage, it's a perfect tool, right? So we have a lot of business owners that are in our world at CloudPano. So I want to send over some emails. So I click into that automation. This is a start from scratch email campaign, okay? So when I add a new workflow trigger, I can just call it, I can just make it a tag. So contact tag. When I tag someone, and the workflow trigger name is contact tag. We'll call this contact tag cold CP to, I'm just going to call it whatever I want, LS emails. Okay, that's what the workflow trigger name is. Add filter. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to add a tag, and we're going to call that tag, we're going to call it CP to LS emails. Okay, I call it whatever I want to, but this is going to help me internally. So I'm going to click add tag. Now this tag is in my system as well too. So you can create tags on the go, on the fly as well. So this is how the workflow starts. And what's nice about using tags is that you are not going to re-tag someone. You only want to send this campaign out once, right? So that's really important. and you'll see that within the contacts. And if you want to do this again or send out the exact same workflow, you can just make a new tag and then make a new workflow as well. Okay, so save trigger. So that's my trigger up here. So there's the how do we start this automation, right? So add your first action. So I'm going to put email here. So send email. And this is where you kind of build out your email, right? So I'm going to select from templates. CP delete that email one. I wrote this template a moment ago, so that's why I actually can't read it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select none and just show that you can add an email here. So I'm going to go, I have a little Google Doc open over here. I'm going to pull that down to show you what I want it to say. Okay, and I'm just going to make an email together. And when I typically, my personal style is to write a Google Doc email, kind of get it on just like I'm just writing. It's what I'm doing in that moment. And I'll come back later when I'm copying and pasting or I'm building out something. That's when I can optimize and change things. So you'll see here, I have, hey, hi, first name. Well, I want this to be a custom value. So I'm going to go to contact first name. So it's going to pull from that list what's their first name. Okay. And so it says we released a new tool called LeadTag.ai. It's a funnel builder, CRM, and automations tool to help you scale. You can send large email campaigns to your list just like this email. Did you see it? And so me and my team would love to talk more. And so here is this specific email link. Yep. So I'm just grabbing that email link here. I'm going to paste it. I'm sorry, the demo link here. So if they go to this link, they see a demo calendar, which you can create demo calendars on LeadStack, which is really, really powerful. So, so this is what they'll see if they click on that link, right? And it says, let me know what you think. Also, for reference, here's an announcement video, LeadStack.ai/launch. Okay. Now I put right here, username. Well, I want that actually to be a custom field. So as my team sends these out, we want to make sure that my team has their info in here, right? So I'm just going to remove this. It's a custom field. And so let's say hypothetically, if Robert is sending out emails or starting this workflow, we want his phone number there and we want his email there, right? Not necessarily mine, because the folks were replying to my email. Make sense? So I'm going to put his email. So his username, phone, email is right there. So in case someone does want to call him, they see the email, I'm just going to call this person. It's Robert, really the person, and he'll answer the phone, or he should. And I made this specific subject line. So I'm going to show it to you. And again, this is a dynamic field, contact first name. It's always good if you send out an email to send out someone's first name in the subject line. It gets a response. Okay, so it's going to be from email. It's going to be the user. So the user email from name will be, what do I want to put here? I do want to put the username because that's kind of cool. Than before. All right, cool. And so that's the action. That's what these are the dynamic fields. And once I create this one time, I can use it whenever I want to. Like I'll send test email, see how it looks. I'm just going to save it for now. I trust it's going to be good. Then I'm going to add in a wait action. So wait, in this case, 2 days. Save. And then we're going to send the email again. So I'm actually going to, I'll show you how fast you can do this. I'm going to send out, I'm going to make a copy action to here. And then I'm going to go in here and say something very simple. Just going to add this here. I am following up to see if you saw my last email in case you missed it. Here it is again. Because people do miss it. They miss it, bro. And it's super important. Okay, cool. So I had the emails built. I had the automatic follow-up built. I'll probably put about 4 emails in the future here, but for now I'm just going to show you some. This is an example, right? So this is an automation that's built. I'm going to click publish. Very, very important. If you're going to send out a cold campaign, and it's not going to be something you do over and over again, you want to have it stop on response. You also want to allow reentry as well too. So actually, we're going to turn off allow reentry for now because I want to make sure this doesn't hit the same person twice. But stop on response is powerful if someone does respond. That goes into my conversations flow, and my whole entire team can see it and respond there as well. And click save. Okay, we are saved. This workflow is alive and well. So now I'm gonna go back to my contacts here. And I showed you a moment ago, when you import your contacts, how do I send out that workflow where it sends an email and then and a few days later sends another email to follow up with them. And you can do this like 1,000 emails at a time, but you don't want to do them 1,000 emails at a time. So here's what all at the same time. So here's what I mean. So I'm gonna select 20 right here, and you probably want to drip this 50 emails a day is a good number, especially if you have a cold, brand new email you created. You're gonna want to send that out kind of 20, then 30 a day, then 40, then 50. So kind of keep it at 50 is a good number. But you can have one domain. So I'm gonna go faster. One URL can have, or so one domain URL can have 3 emails. Is a good rule of thumb. So if you're gonna have, so every domain you own or burner domain you own, you can have 3 usernames as well, so you can actually have those in your lead stack system. Is that there's no limit to how many users you can have. So say you have 10 domains, 3 emails per domain, and you send out 50 emails per domain. I think that's like 3,000 emails a day. I think something like that. So whatever, 50, it's 50 emails per email. So just keep that in mind if you're building these. Okay. One second. Okay, so I have 20 records selected here, and you can select all of them if you want to, or kind of go wild with it. I'm actually going to pick out a certain list because I'm going to go ahead and send this out. So we got 20 records here. Now I'm going to create what's called a. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to create I'm going to add these folks to a workflow. Okay, so I made the workflow a moment ago. You saw me make it. So now I have these 20 people that are here. So I'm going to add to campaign workflow. Okay, so it's 20 records. Add a campaign workflow that I just made a moment ago. And they'll give you a quick warning here. I'm going to click OK, proceed. Campaign workflow name. It's going to be cold emails 4. I'm going to add 4 emails later, but here's the first 2. Add all at once, add title trend, or add in drip mode. This is a powerful tool, add in drip mode, because you don't want to send out more than 50 emails a day. Trust me. And we can also, within lead stack, we can validate emails. So I have email validation turned on because I only want valid emails to be sent out. So if the lead list really is ice cold and you're not sure if the emails are real or not, turn on email validation. Big deal. It's like 3 cents, something like that per email. It's very, very affordable. If you send out emails from an email domain or URL, and you send out emails to a bad email that doesn't exist, and do it enough times in a row, the ISP is going to shut down your email, and all that work goes to waste. So we're going to call this, cold drip CP to LS1 test. Okay, so just a test. We're going to start it today. Okay, right now, batch quantity. So I'm going to put 50 here, even though there's 20, but that's what I want. And repeat after. You want to delay. So if it hits over 50, you can basically say after 1 day, repeat. Okay. And process this during a certain period of time. So we can have this process from 8 to 5, which is a good idea. I recommend that. We can put, 9 a.m., even though it's going to do all this specific one. I'm just showing an example though, 9 to 5, right? Select end time. I did that. Okay, cool. So these are kind of like, this is basically your drip mode settings. And let's say you want to add in 500 to 1,000 contacts into this. You can do that all with one action. So imagine you have 2,000 contacts, or maybe you have 500 for email 1 and then 500 for email 2. Every 10 days, you're going to want to go in there and have that email be sending emails to a new list, right? And so this is how you can do that really easily. And you can also stay organized over time with some of our filtering tools. Okay, so add a campaign workflow, operation schedule. Make sure you start period, end period. Let me see here. What did I do here? 1 moment. I just turned off there my time schedule to avoid any errors. The bulk action has been scheduled. Click here to check your progress. So click here to check it, which I will do. And so you see here, you can see what bulk actions I've done, and you can check what's happening, how's it going. Okay. So here's all the details, et cetera. So as my team makes their bulk actions or bulk workflows, et cetera, as they add folks in the workflows, all of these things I can check and look at and see if there's any mistakes they made, et cetera, or something wrong with the setting. We always go in and QA it, et cetera. So in summary, what we are doing is we create an automation that stops on response. So I showed you here a second ago. It can be emails, it can be SMS. You can even have your team be tagged to call this person after 4 days, et cetera. Assign it to a user to to call these leads, right? And then once and because I'm using the tag automation contact tool, I'm going to tag these contacts one time, and I'm only going to go through this campaign one time. So that means that if I want to do a new one, or I can change it up a little bit, change messaging some, and then do it again, right? Which I will go in here and add these emails and change up the emails as well. And so once you have your contacts list imported, you can add what's called more filters. And I'm going a little faster on purpose, but just stay with me here. I can tag them. I can filter by city. I can filter by their name, filter by all kinds of stuff. And when I do that, I can create what's called a smart list. That's what you're seeing up here. These little tabs are called smart list. So then when I select a smart list, I can have a place where I can add workflows, create automation, send out a bunch of emails, send out text messages, etc., do voicemail drops, all types of really cool automation processes. But just the basic, like I want to send 4 emails to a list of people, you can do that super easily just by following the process I showed you today. So create an automation, add these folks to the workflow, make sure it drips over time at the appropriate speed and pace. And then if you get real fancy, you can add multiple users, multiple emails, set up multiple emails, and then send out, thousands per day, honestly, which is really, really cool. So as these users or these contacts reply, they'll all end up in my conversations tab. So which is here, right? And here is where we can start to prospect and get them on a demo calendar and really have them become a true sale, right? Because we're just warming them up. But over time, we want to actually obviously get them on a demo and close them as a group, right? So a lot more about that. But for now, that's how you send out emails in bulk. I hope this video was very, very helpful. Be thinking big at scale. How do I win at scale, bro? How do I win this game? Well, you got to contact more people. That is such a big deal. So when you do that, the numbers will work in your favor. All right, let's go scale together. Talk to you soon. Of course, visit leadstack.ai today, and let's go send some emails, baby.